Greetings, Montana. Chris Hislop here from the Montana World Affairs Council. And this is What, So What, Now What, the International Affairs program, where we connect you with an expert on the issue of the day. And in just 5 hot minutes, you become the expert. I am really happy to have a series of programs coming up, this being the first in partnership with the University of Montana's International Development Studies program. Students are going to come on and give us their expert view on a number of key issues that relate to our program, Academic World Quest. Academic World Quest is a global education conference that brings the best and brightest Montana high school students into a conference every spring to talk about world issues. And today we're talking to Hope Sampson about the human-centered agenda to the future of work. Hope, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. And I'm so glad that you could join us. And I'm really happy that we could connect with the University of Montana's IDS program. So Hope, can you tell us a little bit about this human-centered agenda?
Yeah. So the International Labor Organization in 2019 published a work called Work for a Brighter Future in its Global Commission on the Future of Work. And so in this, they talk about a human-centered agenda for the future of work. But that's a lot of words. What does it really mean? What it does is it urges people to the opportunities, seize the opportunities that we have at this moment in our political and social climate. There's a lot of things going on. It urges us to seize this moment and
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's a lot of things going on, isn't there? I mean, and when we seize this moment, you know, what are we looking at?
So in this paper that I read, it talks a lot about one of the big points that I wanted to touch on was it touches on a universal entitlement to lifelong learning that enables people to skill, reskill, and upskill. So that means someone starting a job and maybe it starts to become obsolete because of new technological advancements. But what this human-centered agenda would do is allow people to continue learning throughout their career. It also talks about a measurable agenda for gender equality, strengthening women's voice in leadership, implementing pay transparency policies, things like that. It also talks about giving people more time sovereignty, meaning they get greater autonomy over their when they work, like 9 to 5 isn't really working anymore, things like that.
Well, I think that's really interesting, Hope, because a lot of the things that you mentioned, although I've not read the paper, seem to be coming up, you know, especially around the pandemic period. And we're asking questions about how we work, where we work, when we work. So really fascinating. Now, I wonder if you could go a little bit deeper and let us know, you know, why do you think that this issue really matters to us right now?
Yeah, so a lot of jobs that are on the verge of becoming obsolete are things that center around more factory and industrialized jobs, right? And there's a lot of industry like that that goes along with farming and agriculture, which of course is a big thing in Montana. It's the biggest thing in Montana.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why we need to care about this, because if we don't start looking at it now, it's going to cause a lot of problems for us in the future.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's something definitely we want to get ahead of. And I mean, speaking of the future, now is the famous crystal ball question. Looking ahead, Hope, what might this human-centered agenda mean for us, let's say in Montana, in the United States, and around the world? What changes might we see?
So in the future, we're going to see, as I mentioned time and time again, more jobs becoming obsolete. So we're going to see more technology take over those positions, but we have an opportunity there to teach people how to manipulate the technology rather than just push them to the wayside. So, yeah.
So primarily then looking ahead, it's a means to keep people employed and productive in our societies, keeping pace with the changes that are taking place. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Outstanding, hugely interesting, Hope. Thank you so much for bringing these ideas to us and to the Montana students who will be watching this in preparation of Academic World Quest. Let me thank our very generous sponsors, the Dennis and Phyllis Washington Foundation, Allegiance, and Stockman Bank, who help us bring this and many more programs to you. Also, special thanks to the University of Montana's International Development Studies program for helping us in this series. Hope, thanks again. Hugely interesting. Looking forward to our next talk on China. Until then, everybody, bye-bye.
Thank you so much.